Joining me, Paul Hurst. Paul, looking at it from here, it seemed the only difference between the two sides is they had a £250,000 striker and you didn't.
That's how it seems, and certainly what decided the game. Obviously, we're always going to be disappointed with the goal that we concede, but we took the opportunity. I think we had the best opportunity in the game with Harry's header, and maybe one more chance. I think we had Max to thank first off for one really good save. Other than that, I'm not sure he was too much in the game, to be honest. It was more attritional than anything, and two very committed sides. But at the minute we're falling out on the wrong side of those results. I still take positives from it because that's the top of the league. We didn't look any worse, certainly. But obviously it's hard to take with another late goal. The two home games that we've lost have been late goals. And I don't think either one would deserve to lose.
And equally frustrating, I suppose, because you kept Schmeichel so quiet for the most of the game.
I think that's what he's like, John. To be honest, I think first off, in fairness, the couple of times it got into his feet, which we spoke about not allowing, and on the whole did a good job of that. That's when they look dangerous. But he's not, I don't think, the type of player that is always involved in the game. But when that chance came, he was clinical.
You went for a three at the back today, and was that formation down to the way they play, or the players you had available, or maybe a combination of both?
I think the latter, in truth. We've talked about it before. I do feel that we have the personnel that can do that, and also missing Alex Sun and John McAtee, felt that was a big loss for the team in terms of playing a certain way. So, and also, there's no getting away from it. Obviously, results have been not the ones we want, and not confidence. So we kind of went a little bit more basic for part, and to also stay in the game. They've scored quite a few early goals, as have we. So we got through certainly that period, and I thought we started relatively well, but it was just a very sort of tough game, a slog realistically. I feel for the players. I feel we deserve something from it. So to come away with nothing is difficult to take.
What do you think now when chances are coming, that's maybe in the back of players' minds, when they're ready to take the shot or a header or whatever it is?
I don't know, John. So I'd say, from being brutally honest, there wasn't many chances for anyone. But certainly, Harry's header, and not something to dig at Harry, but it was a good opportunity, not under pressure. Maybe it was the fact that he had too much time, but to then not hit the target, at least, it was frustrating. So I don't know, so I'm not sure we can really go down that line on today, at least.
You've got to get a striker now. However, I know you don't want to get one in that's no better than what you've got, but you've got to surely try and get one in.
Look, we all would love a striker like we've got, that's got that sort of record, and will get those goals. I thought Sam Bell worked tirelessly today, did a good job for the team, and looks a threat. And he's scored one goal in his three appearances. You also said that he might not be that one. Chesterfield in general have got obviously a very good defensive record, very little away. So I see the point, but at the same time, Ryan Taylor uses experience, mess rounds about at times in terms of returning the ball. We can all want things. Whether we can get them is a different matter, but also it's I think an easy thing to look at when we haven't scored a goal. That chance, in terms of how we say, wouldn't have come to a striker for Harry. So it's not always quite as simplistic as that. And if we do end up getting a striker, then at the minute, in general, how we've played, that would probably be to play instead of Ryan Taylor. And I think we'd all in general have said that he's done well, or you suddenly have to change shape again.
We mentioned John McAtee, his suspension of an FA Trophy game. Does it count? as one of the 3 games?
Yes, it does, because it's a straight sending off.
Are there any replays in there?
No, yeah. No, I think look, it is what it is. We've got to deal with it. I think everyone's disappointed. Of course, the player, myself, his teammates, and the fans. You know, they want to see John out there, but we haven't. So there's no point going on about it too much. We've got to go with the players that we have got, and today I can't really fault the effort and the commitment. I think the fans could see that. I thank the fans in terms of a couple of times when maybe passes weren't quite right. It might have been a very quick drone, but then they were back behind the players, and that's all they ask. You know, especially when the game's going on, because when confidence is low, they need that support, and they certainly got that today.
Will Papago, Ryder Taylor, I think, were fit. They were out before the game, not in your squad today. Are they still in your plans on the team going forward?
Yeah, it is. We've got a squad, and I have to leave someone out. You know, obviously a lot of the time we're asking about the players that aren't in it, but back to it, I can only use 16 or name 16 in the match day squad, and someone has to miss out. So it was those two were some of those players today.
And how much better performance today? How frustrated are you by these recent results?
Yeah, very, because I don't think some haven't been deserved, and some, you know, I think we're just better than what the results have shown. So whether we're the very best in the league, that's a massive shout. And every game's different. That's a very different game than say the Dagenham or the Notts County game. Different styles. That's in all of football, but I think even more so kind of the lower down you go almost. I felt we kept a lot of their better players quiet today. You like to Mandeville, Miller, to Shimanga to a point, but then he's, like I said, he'd come up with that one moment that ultimately wins them the game.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.